Welcome back to the shop, guys. It's me, Kyle the Tool Rambler, and today is Saturday, November 29th. 2 days after Thanksgiving, the day after Black Friday, and I don't normally do this, but I have some Black Friday deals that I stumbled upon, and I just wanted to go over it with you real quick. These particular ones came from Ace Hardware. That is the closest hardware store to where I live, and I woke up Friday morning not intending to leave the house really, and I opened up my email, and Ace Hardware had these screwdrivers on sale for 20 bucks. This set of 10 Milwaukee screwdrivers, $20. I thought that was a pretty good deal. I had been looking at the Icon screwdrivers that were on sale for 20 bucks last week, and I almost bought them, but I held back. But today, I couldn't turn these down. I thought these were a great deal. I wouldn't call myself a fanboy, but I do like Milwaukee. These are the tri-lobe. These are the made in Taiwan ones. I do have other Milwaukee screwdrivers. I will go over those in another video. But for now, let's talk about these deals. So 20 bucks for this one. And while I was there, I'm walking down the aisle, and I see these Craftsman Ratchet sets for $14.99 a piece, and I'll go over those in detail. These screwdrivers, you get back to the Milwaukee screwdrivers, you get 10 of these, and you get I think it's 4 flat heads, 3 flats, 4 flats if you count the stubby, and then you got 4 Phillips, and then you get the 2 square bits. You get the square 1 and the square 2. So that's a pretty good deal. These are normally, I think, 45 bucks for this set. Also, they had a coupon, 50% off anything under $30. So I used the coupon on this one. So I got these screwdrivers. I think they were normally 16, 17 bucks. I got them for 8 bucks. Then I don't know how that worked, but they also gave me that same deal, the 50% off or the $15 off anything under 30, anything over 30. So I think they lumped these together. So instead of $14.99 a piece, I swear I haven't been drinking today, guys. These, I got 3 of them for $14.99, 1 for free. So I've got the receipt right here to prove it. You can see the, I don't know if you guys can read this. This was the screwdriver. That was the striking caps. That's the difference between these. These are the big ones with the striking caps. These don't. Got that for $8. Got this set for $19.99. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 for $14.99. Except for this one down here, it was $0. Not too bad. So I will get these screwdrivers out of the way. I'm going to go do a more in-depth review of these screwdrivers shortly. And we're going to talk about these ratchet sets. These boxes, blow molded cases, I'm not a big fan of them. They do their job. They do stack nicely. Let's see, I don't think you can stack this on top of that, but these two, once you stack them, they're not going anywhere. But I don't plan on keeping them in the cases. I have plans to break these down and carry them a different way in my truck toolbox. That is the emergency roadside toolbox I carry in my truck, just if I have a reason, a breakdown, something I can fix real quick on the side of the road. I'll go into that too in a different video. This is the 10-piece metric. It has a ratchet and 9. It's a 3/8 drive ratchet, and it has 9 sockets that go from 10 to 18. They're listed there. I'm going to open it up. The ratchet is a CMMT 86722. If you go to the Lowe's website or the Ace Hardware website, these go from 33 to 35 bucks just for the ratchet. And I got $14.99. I got the ratchet and 9 sockets with it. Same for that one, so not bad. Basically, I got the ratchet for more than 50% off, and I got some free sockets with it. That's the way I look at it. And I will take this ratchet apart just to show you how it's built. It is a very thin ratchet. I've got one of my older Craftsman. This is a Craftsman 44808. This is a USA made. This one's made in Taiwan. Nothing wrong with Taiwanese made tools. I I'm a patriot. I like my American-made tools, but Taiwanese tools can be just as good as any other tool. So don't think I'm looking down on them. If you notice, the head on the new one is wider, but if you look at them this way, it's much thinner. Much thinner. Let's just check into that. I can get the old micrometer out. I'm gonna zero that. The width on this one, let's see, 14.5 millimeters, whereas the width on this one, 10.46. So that's like a 33% difference, depending on which way you're going. So that's pretty good. The box says it's, I think they say on the box, it's something like 25, up to 25% thinner. Yeah, up to 25% thinner head. Well, I just proved it's a little bit thinner than that. So that's a pretty good deal. I'm going to keep that one out. Then the quarter inch, you get the same 9 sockets, but you do get a 1.5 inch extension. The quarter inch ratchet is a CMMT 86721. If you look that one up, I think they sell for about $25 online, either at Lowe's or Lowe's or Ace. So let me get the right ratchet to go with that one. Here's the quarter. So this is the Craftsman USA made 44807. If you look at them that way, you can see it's quite a bit thinner. If you look at them this way, it's wider that way. So as far as thickness of the top to bottom, 12.66 millimeter versus, I think this one, yeah, this one's 9.5, 9.5 millimeter. So yeah, it's significantly thinner. As far as the width, it's wider this way, 26.72, 23 point, almost 24. So it's a little bit wider, but really when in most places, your clearance is going to be front to back. So once you have a socket on there, that little extra 2 or 3 millimeters might be the difference between getting the socket in and not getting it in. So something to think about. I plan, like I said, I think I mentioned I'm going to use these in my truck toolbox. And in the truck toolbox, that's just for roadside emergencies. You're not going to be doing any heavy repairs. You're not going to be doing brake jobs or anything like that, but it's good to have. Let me set these aside. I'm going to show you what the innards of this one looks like. I'm going to need a T8, and I happen to have my Icon T8 handy. I like a ratchet that has the screws going into the faceplate from the back. That way, I know you don't take ratchets apart very often. Some people have ratchets they've had for 30 years, never taken them apart. But if you do need to take them apart, you run the risk of stripping out these threads. It's better to have it on the faceplate than in the actual head of the ratchet, because you can always get a new faceplate. Comes in most repair kits. So that's the theory behind that. So these are T8 screws, come out pretty easy. Something I did notice, they have green Loctite on it. I guess that is a Taiwanese thing. I've never really seen green Loctite. So we're going to take that faceplate off. There's a nice thick faceplate. You can hear that. You can see it. 2 millimeters thick. Can't complain about that. It's not like these faceplates are razor thin, so it's nice to have a good heavy duty faceplate. The innards, they remind me very much of the DeWalt and Milwaukee ones that I've done in my previous videos. You can check those out. Now the gear on this one is way thinner than the older gears, and that's how they get the head so thin. I mean, this one is less than 6 millimeters. I happen to have a 3/8 inch anvil over here. The gear on that is 9. So, I mean, this gear is 50% thicker than this new one, but you get a thinner head out of it. And the pawl has 10 teeth. So that means you get like 4 or 5 teeth of engagement in either direction. It is a quick release. It is not a sealed head. There are no gaskets anywhere in this ratchet. Remember the DeWalt, the Milwaukee did have gaskets on it, but it is a much more expensive 90-tooth ratchet. As far as the switch has a little tiny, this is the little mechanism that pushes the pawl. This rides underneath the pawl and pushes it back and forth as you turn the switch. It's got a little spring in there. Make sure you don't lose that. No ball bearings in this one. I like that. And then the switch, pretty simple. Designed like most other. It's a one-piece switch. It's a pretty simple design, but it's effective. So that's that. We're going to put it back together in reverse order. Put the switch in. I can get, where'd it go? There it is. So that just slides right down in that hole. Make sure it's in there. You take the pawl. Now this one, it's got 3L written on the back. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not sure what 3L means, but on this one, unlike most of the others, the letters or numbers go towards the back of the ratchet. If you don't put it in this way, it will not operate. I've tried it. Let's get that back in there. There we go. Oh, flip it. So if you notice the way this is designed, it all matters the direction that keeper and the spring are pointed. So I said earlier, it's actually engaging all 10 teeth when you're working it. So all of those teeth are engaging with that ratchet. Then when you flip it over, the difference is when you turn it this way, that spring gives it some give and allows those teeth to glide by or click by that pawl. But if you try to turn it the other way, it's wedged in here, can't go anywhere. So then that's how you get your turning force. So if you ever wonder how that worked. Now, some that have the split pawl, only one set of teeth engages at either time. This one, all of the teeth engage at the same time. So you have a thinner gear, but you've got all those teeth engaging at once. That's why we got it apart. It did have a little bit of lube on it. I'm going to put some of the 3-in-1 PTFE. This PTFE, I cannot remember what it stands for, polytetrafluoroethylene or something like that. But what's good about it is it does dry, even though it goes on wet. It does dry on the part, but it dries hard. It doesn't dry sticky, so it's not going to attract dirt and gum up. And being that this is not a sealed head ratchet, there are no gaskets anywhere or no O-rings, that's a good thing because you don't want dirt getting in there and gumming up. Once that dries, it'll form a hard but lubricated, hard but slippery surface. See, there's no gasket, so it did leak out a little bit. It's another good thing about the PTFE, since it does dry hard, it won't leak out once it's dried, and it'll stay on the part. So there you go. There's the CMT 86722 Craftsman Taiwanese made ratchet, 72 tooth. Not a bad little ratchet, and not a bad price from Ace. All these kits are $14.99 a piece. Run out there and get them while you can. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear what you guys think about these videos, and let me know what videos you'd like to see in the future. Until then, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, ramble on.